Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about rural development and the different stages in Panchayat Raj system, and also about directive principles. First one is rural development. Rural development is a process of bringing change among rural community from the traditional way of living to progressive way of living. It is also expressed as a movement of progress. In other words, rural development is a process which aims at improving the well being and self realization of people living outside the urbanized areas through collective process. Scope of rural development. Rural development is a dynamic process which is mainly concerned with the rural areas. These include agricultural growth, putting up of economic and social infrastructure, fair wages, as also housing and house sites of the landless, village planning, public health, education, and functional literacy, communication, etc. Importance of rural development. Rural development is a national necessity and has considerable importance in India because of the following reasons. First one, about three-fourths of Indian population live in rural areas. Thus, rural development is needed to develop nation as whole. Second, nearly half of the country's national income is derived from agriculture, which is major occupation of rural India. Third point, around 70% of Indian population gets employment through agriculture. Fourth, bulks of raw material for industries come from agriculture and rural sector. Fifth, increase in industrial population can be justified only in rural population, rural population's motivation, and increasing the purchasing power to buy industrial goods. Next and last one, growing disparity between the urban elite and the rural poor can lead to political instability. The main four objectives of rural development are to develop farm, home, public service, and village community. Next, to bring improvement in producing of crops and animal living conditions. Third, to improve health and education condition, etc. Improvement of the rural people. Next, to improve villages with their own efforts. Next, to improve village communication. Next, coming to democracy. The word democracy derived from Greek language demo means the people and krasi means rule of. It is leading of the people, by the people, and for the people. Decentralization. Devolution of central authority among local units close to the area served. Democratic decentralization. It means where authority develops by the process on people's institution and act as local self-government. Democratic decentralization is the development of reciprocal relationships between central and local governments and between local governments and citizens. Next, coming to Panchayat Raj system. It is an Indian name to democratic decentralization. Panchayat means a system of government which works horizontally as a network at village level. Main objective of the system is to serve the people as local government. The Panchayat Raj system consists of five levels. First one, Jilla Parishad, district level, Panchayat Samiti, block level, Gram Panchayat, village level, state government and central government. First one in Panchayat Raj is Gram Panchayat. Gram Panchayat, first formal democratic institution. Primary unit of local self-government. It is a cabinet of village elders directly elected by the adult citizens of the village. They are constituted in consideration of their income, population and area. Income varies from 500 to 2 lakhs per annum. Population is about 500 to 25,000. Membership ranges from 5 to 17. There is a reservation for women, SCs and ST categories. Its tenure is 5 years. Sarpanch is elected by the members of the village. Gram Sabha meetings are convened at least once in 6 months. Members of Gram Panchayat should meet once in a month. There are they are civic bodies but function as the agents of the Samiti and Jilla Parishad in all developmental social service activities. They are required to have functional committees. Next one is Panchayat Samiti. This is the next tier of administration at the block level. It consists of sarpanchas of all village panchayat, local MLAs, MLCs with right to vote but not to hold office, one person nominated by district collector for every panchayat for which no sarpanch has been elected, one woman candidate, one from scheduled caste, one from scheduled tribe, two persons with experience in administration and public life. The president and vice president of the Samiti are elected from among the village panchayat presidents. Block development officer appointed by the government is the chief executive of the Samiti and functions as the leader of the team of block level officials. Next one, Jilla Parishad. The third tier of Panchayat Raj operating at the district level. It consists of all presidents of Panchayat Samiti in the district collector, MLAs of the district, MLCs, MPs of the district, two women representatives, one representative of scheduled caste, one representative of scheduled tribe, two persons interested in rural development. The members of the Parishad elect a chairman and a vice chairman. Next one is state government. The government of Andhra Pradesh, abbreviated as the GOAP, Government of Andhra Pradesh or Andhra Pradesh Government, is the subnational government for the India state of Andhra Pradesh. It is an elected government with 175 MLAs elected to the Legislative Assembly of Andhra Pradesh for a 5-year term. Government of Andhra Pradesh is the democratically elected body that governs the state of Andhra Pradesh, India. The Andhra Pradesh government consists of 175 members of MLAs and 56 members of MLCs. Next, central government. The government of India, Bharat Sarkar, is also known as union government or central government. It consists of 28 union states and 8 union territories. Under the constitution, there are three main and primary branches of government: the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. The executive consists of president, vice president, and cabinet ministers. Legislatures consists of Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha. Judiciary consists of Supreme Court of India. Next, president. President is responsible for appointing many high officials in India. These high officials include the governors of the 28 states, the chief justice, other judges of the Supreme Court and High Court on the advice of other judges, the Controller and Auditor General, the Chief Election Commissioner and the other election commissioners, the chairman and members of the Union Public Service Commission, the officers of All India Services, IAS and IPSs, etc. Next, Vice President. Vice President is the second highest constitutional position in India after the President. The Vice President represents the nation in the absence of President. Next, Prime Minister. The Prime Minister of India, as addressed in the Constitution of India, is the chief executive of the government and the leader of the majority party that holds a majority in the Lok Sabha. The Prime Minister leads the executive of the government of India. The government of India consists of Union List, State List, and Concurrent List. Union List consists of defense, international relations, ports, railways, highways, and communication. State List consists of public order, police, public health, hospitals and dispensaries, sanitation, and agriculture. And concurrent list consists of justice, education, trade unions, and forests. Next, welfare state. It is a concept of government in which the state plays a key role in the protection and promotion of economic and social well-being of its citizens. A welfare state is based on the principles of equality of opportunity and equitable distribution of wealth. It also focuses on the governmental responsibility for those who are unable to avail themselves of the minimal provisions of a good life. Under this system, the welfare of its citizen is the responsibility of the state. Next, coming to directive principles. The directive principles of the state policy are guidelines to the central and state governments of India. The government must keep these principles in mind while framing laws and policies. The Constitution does not classify them under different heads, but for our better understanding, we may classify them under the following specific categories. First one, principles promoting social and economic equality, principles related to Gandhian thought, principles related to international peace and security, and last one, miscellaneous principle. First one is principles promoting social and economic equality. Actually, the points comes under these principles are: the state should ensure fair distribution of the material resources of the country for the common goods. Next, the state should distribute the wealth in such a way that the wealth is not concentrated in a few hands. There should be equal pay for equal work for both men and women. The state is directed to take steps to impart compulsory and free education to the children up to the age of 14 years. The state should try to secure participation of workers in the management of the factory. Next, the state should ensure to the people the right to work, the right to education, right to state assistance in cases of unemployment, old age, sickness, and disablement. So these are the few principles comes under this category. And the second one is principles related to Gandhian thought. Gandhian thinking promotes a non-violent social order. Swaraj means self-rule. Sarvodaya means welfare for all. And Svalabham means self-reliance. These three are the basic principles of Gandhian thought. So the directive principles in particular reflect Gandhian thought are: first one, the state shall promote the educational and economic interest of the people, especially the weaker section of the society. Next, the state shall take steps to organize the village panchayat. The state shall make efforts to prevent the consumption of alcoholic drugs, drinks, and other harmful drugs. Next, the state shall try to promote cottage industries in rural area. The state shall take steps to improve the quality of livestock. So these are the few points in Gandhian thought principle. Next one is the third one is principles related to international peace and security. The constitution makers included some principles which provide guidelines to our foreign policy. These are: the state shall promote international peace and security. The state shall endeavor to maintain just and honorable relations with other nations. The state shall foster respect for international laws and treaty obligations. Next one, the state shall encourage settlement of international disputes by mutual agreement. So these principles come under international peace and security. And the next one, last one, is miscellaneous principles. So besides these, some notable directive principles which do not come under any of the above mentioned categories. So these are miscellaneous principles like the state shall endeavor to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forest and wildlife of the country. Next, the state shall take steps for the maintenance and protection of the historical monuments, places, or objects of national importance. Next, the state shall aim at establishing a uniform civil code for all citizens throughout the country. The state shall take steps to separate the judiciary from executive. So these are the principles come under miscellaneous principles. So this is all about fourth unit in home science extension and community development. So in this we discussed about importance and scope of rural development. 5-tier Panchayat Raj system. 5-tier means village level, mandal level, district level, state level, and national level. 5-tier Panchayat Raj system, and also about different directive principles. Thank you.